Now listen. Someone asked me, sir, latching current is more or holding current is more. Am I correct or not? Someone asked me that, sir, latching current is more or holding current is more. Yes, that will have an empirical relation of latching current is 1.5 times 2. 1.5 times 2. 3 times of holding current. It is an empirical relation. This will you have this data in manufacturer data sheet, in some textbooks or in some manufacturing companies. If you take Bell Bharat Electronics Limited, okay, if you take Bell, sometimes in their data sheet they will mention like 2 to 3 holding current. If you take any number between 1.5 to 3, that is correct. Okay, so now tell me, what is the ratio of latching current to holding current? Tell me, what is the ratio of latching current to holding current? Usually, tell me, what is the ratio of latching current to holding current? Ratio of latching current to holding current. 1.5 divided 1.5 to 3. It means, can I say either 1.5 or 3, either 2 or 3. You know one thing, GATE, one time in the GATE, he has asked the question. In engineering services prelims, too many times it is repeated. But in the GATE, he asked only this question. He asked, why he asked, he just testing your basics of whether you have the knowledge on which is more, latching current or holding current. Look at the question which is going to be happen in your secondary screen. 2012, that too, latest only. 2012. What is your answer? A typical ratio of latching current to holding current is in a 20 ampere thyristor. A typical ratio of latching current to holding current. Yes, sir. Which is correct answer? A, B, C, D. B. Very good. Very good. So it means, how they are asking the questions, sir. Very, very way below they are asking questions. If you know these basics, whatever I taught here, if you strictly follow that, I bet you can cover all the questions in the GATE. Whatever the question they have given, you can do it. Okay. Now, let us go for the next topic. Shall I go for the next topic? Have you taken this or not? Latching current and holding current relation. Yes. Now, so he has given this circuit. What is it AC voltage or DC voltage? Yes, DC voltage. So he has given as a DC voltage, and this is thyristor, and this is the load. He has given various loads. First one is L is equal to 0.2 Henry. Second one, R is equal to how much ohms he has given? Resistance is equal to 20 ohms, inductance is equal to 0.2 Henry. Resistance is equal to 20 ohms, inductance is equal to 0.2 Henry. And the third case is inductance is equal to 2 Henry. So these are the three cases, and input voltage is some 200 volts. Okay. See, I am giving you very one more important conclusion here. Look at the board, everyone. See, look at the board. In the given question, what is given the extra information? Latching current he has given as 100 milliamperes. Latching current means he has given latching current 100 milliamperes. It means latching current is nothing but anode current. Now you tell me, latching current if he has mentioned means, can I say the device is a turn on or not? Latching current if they have given means, can I say device is a turn on? Yes or not? Turn on. So once if the device is a turn on, so did he mention about anything regarding SCR, whether it is a practical or ideal? He didn't mention. So we have to assume it is a ideal thyristor, ideal SCR. So for ideal SCR, if the switch is closed, if SCR is a turn on, if the turn on means, can I say, do you have any on-state voltage drop or no on-state voltage drop? Tell me. For ideal switch, do you have any voltage drop across the switch? No. So therefore, I can say directly this voltage will appear across this particular load or not? this particular voltage or not? Can I say that entire voltage will appear across this particular load? Yes, sir. Now very simple. First I am considering the first case when L is equal to 0.2 Henry. When L is equal to 0.2 Henry means, can I say a DC source is connected to an inductor. A DC source is connected to a inductor. So 200 volts, this is inductor, some current is flowing. How much current? 100 milliamperes. Tell me, what is your voltage equation? Voltage equation, VL. Or you can write voltage across the inductor is nothing but, apply Laplace transform to this. Apply Laplace transform to this. By applying Laplace transform, what you will get? The anode current I is equal to VDC by L into T. Is it correct or not? V is equal to L into di by dt. Yes or not? Is this current is correct or not? You tell me. Current is equal to, can I write VDC by L into T? Are you getting the point? Yes? Okay. Now, tell me, what is the current they have given in the question? What is the current they have given in the question? Current they have given 100 milli. 100 milli means 100 into 10 power minus 3. 100 into 10 power minus 3. VDC. VDC how much they have given? Why conductor? Already 100 milliamperes of latching current is given na. 100 milliamperes of latching current is given means it is going to conduct. Yes or not? Latching current means what? When the device is conduction, then only we get latching current. Okay. So 100 milliamperes is equal to, what is VDC? 200. 200 by 0.2. 200 by 0.2 into T. Therefore, what is T? Tell me what is the value of T from this? Tell me what is the value of T from this? I want exact value. Tell me. In microsecond. Tell me. In microsecond, tell me. I want T value exactly in microseconds. 100 microseconds. Very good. 100 microseconds. Okay. Now, tell me one thing. For this, have you noted on this? Have you noted on this problem? Have you noted on this till 100 microsecond? If you have noted down, just tell me. I will erase. I will take another load. For the first load, you got T. T means what? Pulse time. Okay. It means how much time that pulse has to be there. Okay. So for second case, I am considering 0.2 Henry and 20 ohms. 0.2 Henry and 20 ohms. Tell me, if the switch is closed, can I say R and L is connected na? 0.2 Henry, this is 200 volt. Tell me, a DC source with RL circuit, what is its current equation? I is equal to VDC by R into 1 minus e power minus t by tau. Transient, networks are over na? Is it your transient current equation or not? I is equal to VDC by R into 1 minus e power minus t by tau. Is this equation is clear everyone? Current equation? Yes. What is the current they have given? 100 milli is equal to VDC 200 by 20 minus 200 by 20 into e power minus t by tau. Tell me, what is the value of e power minus t by tau is equal to how much you got? And where tau is equal to what? L by R. Is it correct or not? Where tau is a time constant, na? Tau is nothing but what? L by R. Yes. From that you tell me what is this TP value. From that, what is that value and what is this TP value? Just you calculate. Basics is required. Only just multiplication, na? This is a minus symbol, na? Don't forget. This is a minus. This is a minus. Come on. E power minus t by tau. And tell me what is the TP value. E power minus t by tau. and find out what is the TP value, where tau is L by R. Tell me the answer. Exactly I need. Don't approximate it. Only one person has given the answer. What about the remaining? 100.5 microsecond. Everybody got the answer? Correct. Everybody got the answer. Just I'm asking only TP value. Very simple calculation. Why you are not getting? Okay, you do it. You will get 100.5 microsecond. 100.5 microsecond. Yes, sir. Okay, yes, sir. Shall I erase? Everybody note down. Have you note down this? Shall I erase this? Okay. Now the last case which I am going to take in is pure inductor with 2 Henry. Pure inductor with 2 Henry. So pure inductor with 2 Henry means same equation na? VDC by L into TP. From that TP is equal to 100 milli into 2 by 200. Can you please tell me how much microsecond? Only microsecond. Tell me for the third case, what is the microsecond? This is for third case, na? This is for third case. How many microseconds? 1000 microsecond. Yes, sir. Come on, one more. Yes. So, in third case, we have 20 ohms and 2 Henry. Okay. Sorry. 20 ohms and 2 Henry, na? Okay, no problem. If you take a pure inductor of 2 Henry, you got, if you have a pure inductor, you got what? 1000 microhenry. Suppose if you have this condition, okay, 2 Henry and 20 ohm. You tell me for this case. No problem, nothing will happen. What will do? Extra thing you have done. Tell me for this case, what is the value of, what is the third case value? That's not a problem. You can take 2 Henry. I am taking 2 Henry and 20 ohms. Tell me TP is equal to 1005 point something 3 microseconds. Once you have noted down, please tell me. I will give you a very, very important conclusion based on this. Okay? Very good conclusion is there. Once if it is done, please let me know. I will go ahead. Okay. Just go to your triggering methods page. Go to your triggering methods page once. Go to your triggering methods page. So, in your triggering methods page, in gate triggering method, so you have drawn this gate pulse. Is it correct or not? You have drawn this gate pulse. Is it correct or not? Yes. So, this TP is called, this is origin. From 0 to TP is called which time? Where 0 to TP is called which time? Tell me. 0 to TP is called which time? Where 0 to TP is called which time? Okay. Pulse on time. Very good. Next one. Any other? Respond quick. 0 to TP is called pulse time or pulse on time? Yes. So, tell me, if you look into the problems that we have solved, 4 cases. One inductor is 0.2 Henry. One is 20 ohm, 0.2 Henry. Now, I have taken 2 Henry. I have taken 20 ohm and 2 Henry. Tell me what is the pulse time you got. First one you got 100 micro. Second one you got 100.5 micro. Third one you got 1000 micro. Next one you got 1005.36 micro. Is this answers you got or not for all the 4 cases? Is this answers you got or not? Tell me. Is that answers you got? Now you know here the conclusion is. Tell me what is the difference from top to bottom? What is the only difference from top to bottom? Load increasing or load inductance increasing? Load increasing or load inductance increasing? Look at, in the first case we have 0.2 Henry. Second case you have 0.2 Henry with load resistance. Look at this third case and fourth case. Look at this third case and fourth case. You tell me one thing. What is the difference between these two? It is a very small. Why? Because it is also 0.2 Henry. It is also 0.2 Henry. But small resistance you have added. So that is why a small time increase. Now if you compare from 0.2 Henry to 2 Henry, tell me what is the time that is increased? Is it small time or large time? If you increase the inductance from 0.2 to 2 Henry means your pulse time increased how many times? Tell me, your pulse time increased how many times? Your pulse time increased how many times? 10 times. See, 10 times it is increased. Now you look at here, even if you add resistance, tell me how much change you have observed? Very small change. That is only 0.05%. 0.05%. Now you tell me the pulse time is decided by whom? Is it the pulse time is increased drastically because of inductor or because of resistor? Because of inductor or because of resistor? Yes, because of inductance. Here the most important conclusion is, if the inductance in the load is more, then you have to keep the pulse time for a long period. For long period. For a long period. It means, is your pulse time is fixed or it is varying with respect to load? Your pulse time, is it fixed or varying with respect to load? Tell me. Is your pulse time is fixed or varying with respect to load? Yes, sir, varying with respect to load. You cannot choose your gate pulse for a fixed value. Suppose if you put a resistive load, then you can put your pulse time for 100. You can put your pulse time for only pure resistive load. Suppose RL load, 100.5 microsecond. Suppose if I have a high inductive load, then I have to keep my pulse time for a long duration. Therefore, what is the conclusion? As of now, tell me, as increasing the load inductance, the pulse time is also going to be for a long duration. Tell me, which one will give you more power loss? This one? Which one will give you? I am telling you number A, B, C, D. Which one will give you more power loss? Which one will give you more power loss? Just suppose if you don't have this case. Suppose if you don't have this case. Tell me which one will give you more power loss? Yes, of course. Which one will give you more power loss? Why? More power loss means, why you go for B? It is only 100.5 microsecond only. 100.5 microsecond only. Here it is 1000 microseconds. Tell me, if you are giving a gate pulse for a long duration, what I said? If you are giving a gate pulse for a long duration, what I said? Power loss will increase. If power loss will increase means efficiency is going to decrease. You know, very famous question it is. If the load inductance increases, then the efficiency of your power electronic circuit, option A, increase, option B, decrease, option C, no change, option D, none of the above. Definitely the efficiency is going to decrease because you have to put pulse time for a long duration. Is this clear, everyone? Is this clear, everyone? Till this point, is it clear? Yes. Shall I go ahead? Once go to your triggering methods page. Triggering methods page. IA is equal to alpha 2 Ig plus ICO by 1 minus alpha 1 plus alpha 2. Go to your triggering methods page. Okay. Now, so we have seen forward voltage triggering method. We have seen gate triggering method. So one more triggering method is also there. That triggering method is called thermal triggering method. Tell me, thermal triggering method means you have to increase the temperature at where? Where you need to increase the temperature? Tell me. where you need to increase the temperature at P2, or can I say gate cathode section? At P2 or J2 both are correct. Can I say gate cathode section? J2 is also correct. Can I say gate cathode section? Very good, excellent. Yes. If I increase the temperature at gate cathode section, this is my thyristor, this is my P1, N1, P2, N2, this is my gate, anode, cathode. If I increase the temperature at this particular junction, tell me what will happen. If temperature increases, whether you have studied this in analog electronics, I don't know. If temperature increases, leakage currents will increase, right or not? If temperature increases, the leakage currents will increase or not? Tell me. If temperature increases, the leakage currents will increase. Yes or not? If you tell me, if you are increasing the leakage current, tell me what happened to the anode current? If you are increasing the leakage current, tell me what happens to the anode current? Is it increasing or decreasing? Yes, sir. It means if you are increasing the temperature, the leakage currents are increasing. If the leakage currents are increasing, then can I say anode current is also increasing? It is also called one of the triggering method. But here you have a disadvantage. Here we have one disadvantage. Can anyone tell me what is the disadvantage? Yes, more heat, of course. Then what will happen if more heat? Temperature increase means more heat only. Tell me what will happen? Temperature increases means more heat, more loss. Collector current will increase. Gate cathode section is a heavily doped material. Gate cathode section is a heavily doped material. It cannot withstand high temperatures also. Is it correct or not? Gate cathode section is a heavily doped. Will it withstand high temperatures? No, it cannot withstand high temperatures. So if it is not withstanding for high temperatures means, can I recommend this method for triggering purpose? Can I recommend this method for triggering purpose? No. That is why, even though if this is one of the triggering method, still we are not using this particular method. Okay, that is your thermal triggering. One more triggering method is also there. Have you taken this? Just only one more triggering method is there, so that we can stop our discussion today. Shall I erase this? Another method is called light triggering. Sometimes this triggering method is also called light activated SCR. LASCR. Have you heard this statement anywhere? Light triggering or light activated SCR. That is also called this SCR. If you use a light triggering method, that particular SCR is called light activated SCR. Okay? Light activated SCR. You tell me, whenever if you instant any light beam across a gate cathode junction, indirectly again you are increasing the temperature or not? Tell me. If you are increasing again temperature means again gate cathode section will break at one particular instant. So that is why still, even though if it is available, we cannot recommend this method. Now you tell me, in your triggering methods page, we have discussed about forward voltage triggering, gate triggering, thermal triggering, and light triggering. Out of all these four methods, tell me which method is best suitable for triggering the SCR. For safe purpose only I am talking about, not availability based. Safe purpose. Tell me. Very good. Gate triggering. Why gate triggering? Why you are not recommending remaining? Why you are recommending gate triggering? Why not? Why you are recommending gate triggering? Yes, sir. It's safe and efficient. Why? Because the power loss is yes, sir. Less current is used means less power loss, therefore more efficiency. Less power loss means more efficiency. Is this point is very clear to everyone? Is this point very clear? Yes or not? So with this, we have completed static characteristics of SCR. Still dynamic characteristics are there. Nothing much is there. Very simple. We are going to end the first chapter, basic semiconductor devices, within soon. Like we have gate characteristics as well as GTO and this characteristics and the snubber and series and parallel operation. It is going to complete within 3 to 4 hours. Okay, it is going to complete within 3 to 4 hours. Okay, so have you learned anything new today? See, before leaving any lecture, before completing any lecture, at least you have to learn certain new things. Have you understood SCR concept very clearly? Power diode SCR concept. People will think generally the operation of a power diode is a much difficult, but it is not so. Yes or not? Power diode is a very, very simple concept. Tell me, entire power diode operation depends on only one formula. What is that? Power diode depends on only one conclusion. What is that? Power diode concept is conductivity modulation. It is conductivity modulation. Yes or not? Come on. Yes. Simple. I square T rating means what? I square T means heating. I square T means heating. Suppose I have a diode of its current rating is, suppose some transient current I am talking about. Transient current is 300 amperes. Pooja, 300 amperes. Now, to save this device, it means you have to operate this device into safely. If you want to operate this device into safely means, tell me how we are going to design this fuse. How we are going to design this fuse? You want to choose a current which is equal to 300 or more than 300 or less than 300? Tell me. Pooja, quickly you have to respond. You have to choose a fuse which is equal, yes, less than 300. It means your fuse I square T heating effect should choose only 200 amperes. Then what will happen? If you choose 200 amperes as I square T rating, tell me what will happen? Immediately this fuse is going to burn. Yes or not? If fuse is going, if any current is flowing more than 200 amperes, suppose if you are flowing 250 amperes, tell me what is the situation of this particular fuse? Will it melt? It means will it burn or not? Burn. If it is burn means your diode, is it safe or not? Your diode, is it safe or not? Yes. So I am using an I square T protection for this particular diode. That is called the amount of energy which can absorb by the diode safely without damage. Safely without damage. That is nothing but I square T rating. I square T rating, or you can say energy.